Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another full body workout. And rehabbing my lower back pull's going a lot better. Managed to get 225 for 5 on my front squats on my second set with 225. And my lower back felt a little stiff, felt a little tight afterwards, but it didn't cramp. So I think what I'm going to do for now while I'm working with this, I'm just going to work on building volume with 225 maybe. That might be the way to go, or I'll bump up to 275, either way. But I think for now, messing with 225 and just working on accumulating volume on the front squat, just getting my form down. I actually haven't seen this footage yet. I know I didn't go ass to grass. I'm stopping myself a hair short because I feel like some of the pelvic tilt I'm getting at the bottom is contributing to a lot of this. So I'm going to watch these a little bit closely here because I haven't actually seen this footage. I'm voicing over the first time I'm looking at it. So yeah, not super deep. Good passing comp. Just barely. So I'm just trying to just barely skirt that comfortable depth to where I don't feel any problems in my lower back, maintaining an upright position. But I'm thinking I'll probably get to a point of maybe where if I can do 3 sets of 8 with 225, pain-free, we can start bumping the weight up and stuff from there. But I think for now, I just need the volume on the lower body. I think particularly with me easing back into my cut now, because I've pulled my lower back, I haven't done any cutting. I've pretty much stayed at the same body weight a couple weeks. I mean, I've continued to be really strict on my diet because the main thing is I don't want to lapse on that in the meantime, so I don't want to regain a bunch of body fat. So I've kept my diet really strict. I just haven't tried to really hit a deficit. I've tried to stay around maintenance. Again, just eating my normal bro type foods, which is mostly chicken, Greek yogurt, peanut butter, potatoes, lots of broccoli, a little Alfredo sauce. I do have a little bit of beer every now and then here and there in social settings. So I'm keeping it still pretty tight as far as the diet goes. While I've been letting my lower back heal a little bit, because that's going to be really, it might mess up my coming up DEXA scan, but it's going to be what it's going to be, so we'll see what happens. I've got a couple of weeks. I'm not even sure what day it's scheduled on, to be honest. I'm not even really sure. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to walk into it whenever it happens. They'll give me a phone call a few days out, or I need to call them and find out what day I scheduled it. So that's well and good and everything. So that's going good. I mean, all things considered, considering that pull. So I'm just hoping I don't lose much leg size, with the DEXA coming in. That's fine, because even if I do, we work around these things. We'll publish the data, and, then we'll do another one in 3 months, right? That's how we do it. I'm going to keep moving forward with it. But benching went good today. I feel like I've been doing sets of 4 with this weight. People are curious. They're like, man, how much weight do you have on there? Guys, these are color-coded, calibrated competition plates. Blues weigh 45 pounds. And I mean, they are exactly 45 pounds within 1 gram. Calibrated plates. Greens are 25s. All right, this isn't hard to figure out. Reds are 55. So if you're curious, there's a pair of blue plates on each side and a 25 on each side. It's 275, right? This isn't difficult. It's maybe for gym bros who are used to non-comp plates. They don't know the color coding, so maybe they don't realize that this is actually really, really easy to count. But greens are 25s, blues are 45. Pretty straightforward. So that's 275. I've been doing sets of 4 with that on the closed grip with a pause, but I managed to hit 5 on my third set. I guess it just kind of lit a fire under me. And I think because I've been doing all this overhead pressing, in spite of having lost a fair amount of weight, my pressing strength might be going up, Triceps, delts, and all that might be growing, and that could carry over both ways back over to my closed grip. But I really, really want to work on the pressing, because that's a big deal, is losing pressing strength and losing size in those muscles, when you're cutting. So I'm going to put a heavy focus on that. And like I said, I'm going to start putting a heavy focus on the front squat. And I think that should work out pretty well for rehabbing my lower back, just straight up beltless front squats. And I'll just keep accumulating volume with that. And again, that'll be good for my core. It'll be good for reinforcing the technique, maybe for high bar later. And before I can ease back into back squats, But if I get brutally strong on the front squat and then keep working my deadlift back in, that's going to carry over to a back squat anyways. I'm not worried about it. But in the meantime, I've got to make sure that my lower back is good. I need to make sure I don't restrain it again. And we don't even know for sure that it's a squat that did it. And I know a lot of people are trying to say it is, but they really don't understand the squat. And that's okay. It possibly a factor, but I didn't seem to pull it doing an actual squat. I woke up with it hurting like that. But we do need to account for those factors, and I feel like making sure that my squat is on point, let's eliminate that variable. You know, we're going to eliminate that variable. Keep moving forward. Pull-ups went good today. They felt a little harder than usual, to be honest, though. Like the benching, I picked up that rep on the last set on the close grip, which I was happy about. So we've seen a little bit of a boost there. Weighted pull-ups just felt a little bit difficult today. I'm not sure why. I just felt really fatigued on them. And I really felt them in my arms a lot. I felt like my arms were just really, really giving out. Things like, my bicep, and even I felt them a little bit in my forearms today, just kind of cramping a little bit. So pull-ups were tough. I mean, I got all my reps, and I went ahead and on the final rep on the final set, I went ahead and did a slower eccentric, trying to get that last little bit of stimulation out of it. But they were fatiguing. They were very fatiguing today. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit out of breath. I did an AMRAP on my last set, and then I threw it on here and just started voicing over. So I'm sorry if I sound a little bit out of breath. It's just that, again, those higher reps with a bigger exercise can take a little bit out of me. Gets my heart rate up, my breathing up. So, the last set on the pull-ups, it was challenging. But that's good, that's what we're shooting for stuff like this. If we're going to do multiple sets of 5, you want that last one to be challenging. It to pretty much be about all you can do, and probably not be able to get another rep. We want to be within 1 rep of failure. That's where our big growth window is, as far as maximizing our training response without doing very, very large amounts of volume. It's getting these quality sets in, and that's what it's all about. So, getting that last one was pivotal there. Just kind of getting that nice slow eccentric on it to make sure I got all the muscle fibers. And then we did the press, which is kind of my golden child right now. This is what I really, really want to work on. It's what I really want to work on. And actually, I've got a video coming out. Some people are asking, why am I doing it last in my training? Why are you doing it last in your training if it's your priority? I'm still doing the most volume on it. So I did my normal 5x5 weight. I did 3x5 with it today because that's what I did last time, and then I did a heavier set for the 4th one. And I decided, let me just do a 3x5 today. This felt good. I felt like I had a fair amount in the tank left, so I went ahead and did my AMRAP afterwards, and I was really surprised. Like when I got to the AMRAP, I feel like I didn't lock the last rep. But I'm going to count it as pretty close. But these all went good, This actually felt relatively light today. And again, for those who are struggling with the math, blue plate. Right, look at those blue plates. That's 135 before the small plates. White plates are 10 pounds. Green plates are 2.5. So that means there's another 25 pounds, right? Because we have 12.5 on each side added, right? 135 plus 25, that's 160. There you go. So again, people are struggling with this. It's like you just need to learn the color coding on plates. If you guys are going to be about any sort of serious lifting, not silly ass bro lifting, from the bodybuilding world, if you're gonna be about serious lifting, you need to learn what colors coding means. You need to learn these plates. Because they're fairly universal. And these are true weights. This is calibrated plates, money back guarantee. These are competition legal plates. So some people, idiots, are calling them CrossFit plates. It's like they're not, because CrossFit's choosing to use them has nothing to do with CrossFit. CrossFit's choosing to use Rogue because Rogue is a middle price. Some people would say they're upper end in terms of price. It depends, Yes, they are more than $1 a pound, way over a couple dollars a pound or more. But they're a very reputable company that makes calibrated plates and competition equipment. And CrossFit uses them because they're not the most expensive. They're slightly less expensive than the most. But yeah, I got 12 reps here. My AMRAP with only 25 pounds less went from sets of 5 to 12. And again, I felt like the 12th rep, maybe I felt like I didn't quite lock it because that was it. I didn't think I was going to get it. I got around 10 and I'm like, do I really have more in the tank? I'm like, let me just keep breathing and grind these out. And sure enough, I did. So pretty much 12 reps. So I think we got some good growth stimulus there. So I'll talk to you guys next time.